a woman can do anything. Anything she puts her mind to.
Hi, my name is Sophia Moreno Huck. I identify as being Pakistani, Spanish, Mexican, and Iraqi.
My name is Peter Wong, and I'm from the cultural group called the Association of Chinese Americans.
My name is Keithiana Hempstead. I identify as a Black Haitian American.
I'm Chaya.
And I'm Nisha.
And we're dancers from Dara at UCLA.
Hi, my name is Devyani Rana. I'm an international student from India.
My name is Rylan Town. I'm the External Vice President for Special Olympics at UCLA.
My name is Danae Joseph. I identify as a Black, undocumented woman.
We all talk about it, but there are a lot of factions of society that don't necessarily support the idea of women empowerment.
Women empowerment in the Indian culture is kind of non-existent still.
For most people in Mexico, it's a very macho culture where the men are more dominant and the females are domesticated, which is terrible.
Women empowerment isn't that popular of a concept right now. It's gaining popularity, but at the same time, girls aren't allowed to laugh too loud or be too opinionated or even be too smart because it's considered improper. So those are some of the things we need to work on.
A lot of times what I've learned since I have started identifying myself as a Black feminist, I've learned that my culture doesn't really accept feminism and women empowerment in general, only because they kind of think you should choose your race over your gender. And so a lot of times, even since the origins of Black feminism, they looked at it almost as traitorous and, choosing one thing over the other. But I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think I can be Black and I can be a woman and I can be the intersectionality of both.
Special Olympics provides an environment where everybody is equal, everybody is treated the same. There's no differences that the volunteers see or the athletes see.
In China in general, girls were really viewed as secondary to men for so many years. So I'm one of the first girls in my family lines to actually receive higher education.
A person told my family oh hey, why are you sending her to UCLA? There's just so much investment, and do you even think that it's worth it because she's a female? You're gonna get her married off.
As far as my identities go, I feel like we're all marginalized communities, and because of that reason, I think there's so much oppression that we've had to deal with. And for that reason, I think our empowerment comes from the resilience in which we've had to deal with. Because there's only one of two ways that you go about things. You allow it to bring you down, or you utilize it as fuel or as strength to make you a better person. And I think within the communities in which I identify, we've gone with the latter, in which we've utilized it as fuel to make sure that we're strong and resilient women, and that we're utilizing that to make a difference within our own community.
Broadly speaking, I think women empowerment is about helping females realize the opportunities they want to pursue, free of a fear of being judged or discriminated against.
It's being confident that you can make your own decisions and the right decisions, and the confidence to feel comfortable in your own skin.
I think it's just knowing that just as humans that we have the potential to do a lot of things, almost everything similarly.
One of the best ways that we can empower women is through unity and diminishing any sorts of competition amongst us. I feel that a lot of the times as women, we compete with each other, but to the extent of putting down one another. And I don't feel that that is right, and I don't feel that that's necessary, and that's only going to hold us back.
Women empowerment, for me, I take that from the women in which I see around me. For instance, my grandmother, she's worked since the age of 13 years old, growing up and believes that's something that was the norm for them to have to start working that early on.
As dancers, I think I see women empowerment as a freedom of expression.
It means equal pay for equal work accomplished.
I don't even know why we need to talk about women empowerment so much. I feel like it's a concept that needs to be accepted. It's not something that we have to keep on emphasizing on. Just because I'm a female, I feel like I shouldn't have to advocate for women's rights, because it should be something that's natural to everyone to accept.
She may not have grown up with the vast majority of resources or opportunities, but she started to provide them for herself. And I look at that as motivation for me to continue on as an individual and to not get deterred by any area of life, but to make sure that whenever something happens my way, that I turn it into a positive.
Just because you are a woman of color does not mean that you cannot succeed, and that you cannot succeed in this country.
Whatever women are comfortable with doing, if they want to be a stay-at-home mom, that should be respected. If they want to go to school, get educated, those things, it's like whatever you want to do should be respected.
My favorite motto or mantra in life is that everything is negotiable. Don't let anyone set any limitations on you or whatever it is that you can achieve. So for me, I never take no for an answer. I continue going, and that might be annoying for some, but for me it's one of those things that if I don't do, life will knock me down so many times. So I make sure I utilize that as motivation instead to fuel my fire.